What an abrupt tonal change from ice spiders. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy December 11th, and welcome to your horror advent calendar. If you missed my glowing review of ice spiders yesterday, there's still time to check it out, but today we are on to our 11th festive horror recommendation. I think it's only fitting that these little posters get worse for the wear as we go along. Today we have a movie that came out, at least in the US, this very year of 2020, and that is The Lodge, directed by Veronika, Franz, and Severin Fiala. Oh, The Lodge. I adore The Lodge. This movie fucked me up so severely the first time I watched it. I don't think I will ever watch it again, but good lord is it good. I do want to try and remain spoiler-free in these videos, so I'm just going to go ahead and read the letterbox summary. You're not welcome here. A soon-to-be stepmom is snowed in with her fiancé's 2 children at a remote holiday village. Just as relations begin to thaw between the trio, some strange and frightening events take place. Yeah, so this movie actually does take place at Christmas time, so this is a bona fide Christmas movie. We have Riley Keough playing our lead, and she is taking care of her fiancé's children by herself. And mind you, these kids have recently lost their mother, so they're in the depths of trauma.
That's our mom's hat.
And I think it's safe to say that they are not her #1 fan. So if we look at the reviews on Letterboxd for this movie, it's an average rating of 3.1, which is pretty positive, but you'll see it's really got a bell curve shape, so it seems like reviews are scattered all across 1 to 5 stars. I gave it a 4.5 star review. I love this movie. I think it is great. A good amount of my friends have seen it, and you can see they kind of reflect the whole spectrum of reviews that there are for this movie. Totally fair. And I totally get that. I totally see why some people would hate this movie, some people would love this movie, like me, some people would be indifferent. I think it's a really interesting, really worthwhile movie. I myself watched this one earlier this year. I really wanted to see it in theaters, but didn't get around to it in time, and then movie theaters closed. So I watched it at home. It's on Hulu now. I was really interested in this movie because Jaden Martell plays the older of the 2 children, and he was also in the 2017 It adaptation as Bill.
Suck, Powers!
Shut up, Bill.
And I think he's really talented. He's excellent in this movie. As is the actor who plays his sister, Leah McHugh. She's so good. They work really well together. And the 2 of them and Riley Keough really take up most of the screen time in this movie, and they're all phenomenal. The performances in this movie are excellent. I feel the need to say that this movie does not fuck around. It is really hardcore, really bleak, really upsetting, which was something that I liked. I thought it was really interesting. We learn really early on in the movie, so I don't think this is a spoiler, but we learn that Riley Keough's character grew up in a cult, and her dad was the cult leader. So that's a really interesting element of her character that certainly comes back to haunt her in this movie. Her job in the lodge is really difficult, and she does a fantastic job. It's a rough movie. I'm also obsessed with the atmosphere of this movie. It is Christmas time. They're decorated to the max inside their little lodge, but then you see the contrast of the outside that's just blankets of snow and ice and nothingness, which I think is a really cool contrast. It's kind of difficult to talk about things I didn't like about this movie without telling you everything that happens in this movie. But the spoiler-free version, I guess, is that some of the actions that characters take seem like they go too far. It doesn't seem entirely believable they would take it to that level. If you've seen the movie, you probably know what I mean, but I'm just gonna leave it at that. And then the next 2 things are spoilers. So if you want to go into this spoiler-free la for a little bit right now, harm does come to an animal. A dog gets killed in this movie, which is upsetting to see. And the very beginning of this movie is supremely jarring. It begins with a woman killing herself. She shoots herself in the head, and it is sudden and violent and unexpected, and I feel a warning is worthwhile. Spoilers done. There is so much else I could say about this movie and so much else I want to say, but for the sake of having you all go in unspoiled, as I think you should, suffice to say, I think it's a really effective movie. I think it's really well done. It is tough though. It's a tough movie. Probably not necessarily one you'd want to watch every Christmas. We'll see if I ever watch it a second time. But like I said before, it is very festive. Christmas decorations all over the place. Hopefully not a Christmas like anyone, I or any of you will experience in the future, but Christmas nonetheless. And there's lots of snow, so that means I think it's Christmas. If you do check out The Lodge, please let me know. I would love to talk about it all day. If you don't want a harrowing experience, just watch Ice Spiders again. What, two movies could not be more tonally different. We got variety here. But Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and I will see you tomorrow.